basketball coach Joe Gallo following a Sunday afternoon loss to the Princeton Tigers. Coach, could we just start with an opening statement about your team's performance today?
Yeah, I thought I was happy at the half when we overcame a very sluggish start. Right, and then we kind of became what we were. We made a great run, got up 14 there, and then I give them credit. We talked the last 2 periods. Throw it in, throw it out, and spray threes, and I thought we were kind of all over it early. We weren't as caught up as much as the makes as the attempts, because most of the ones they attempt go in. And we had that number really low, even to hold with 22 attempts in the game. But they probably only took 5, 6 threes with about 6 minutes to go in the half. And then I thought we just loosened up a bit and lost a little bit of focus. And these teams are so good. If you have one line of breakdown, they make you competitive. I mean, we've played some teams over the years that we could break down and maybe just overwhelm a little bit with a late closeout, and they rush it and they miss it. This was like if you drop 1 foot the wrong way, they're sliding up a foot the other way, and it's going to go in. Right? But overall, told the guys I still think we're a really good basketball team. Right? I don't know, like that team I think wins our league, to be perfectly honest with you. They're a top 75 team in college basketball, and we weren't too far off. Right? We weren't too far off. Just a couple stretches that got away from us, but it wasn't like, oh man, we can't play with these guys. It was just got to tighten up a few things and sustain our effort.
Open up to questions.
Were you happy with the shot selection overall, or did you feel like sometimes that there could have been maybe a better look? Because I know maybe some of the threes didn't fall quite as rapidly as we would like to see.
You know what? I'd have to go back and watch. I don't remember, like against VCU, I remember a couple times being like, that was a bad three. I don't remember that happening too many times tonight. Like I thought we had some pretty good looks. I thought we even passed up some good looks. And I went back. We were 1 for 19 against VCU, and actually me and Bud watched it yesterday. And it's easy to say, oh, 1 for 19, and actually we made 5 for 19. 2 of them got blocked. You're down to 17, and we took 5 or 6 bad ones. Right, but we're still 1 for 11 on pretty good looks. In the heat of the moment, it's hard for me to say, but I don't do a great job of not wearing my emotion on a sleeve in the middle of the game. I don't remember being like, I can't believe we took that shot too many times.
When you go cold like that, what can you do to get out of it? Just keep shooting, basically.
I think so, and we're not like, Bud can you can get to the paint, I guess, a little bit more, but ultimately, it's what the game has become. It's what our personnel is, and it's like, maybe, we tried to get Trumper a little bit in the post, but 9 for 17, about 24 points on 17 shots. That's super efficient, right? That was his most efficient game of the 3. But I think, yeah, if they're out there thinking too much, like guys like Savage and Becht and Armandus, and even Ty Dorsett, I think they just got to keep letting them fly. Eventually, I think we'll be a good shooting team. It'd be different if I'm watching in practice and we can't make a shot. But when you see it every day, you're just a little surprised right now that they're not going in as much as you want them to.
How about Ty? You've been telling us just wait, and finally, you had that little run there that really sparked that run in the first half. 3 straight shots, the 2 threes. What did you make of him? Finally seeing one go through there and getting going.
Yeah, like I said to you guys in the first 2 games, I thought he looked totally comfortable. It just, the stats didn't show, but it wasn't like, he looked like he belonged. We play 3 really good teams now, and I don't know if there wasn't rosters, people didn't know. I don't think anyone would think he's a freshman, even in the first 2 games, right? And now, today he sees that first one go in, and he was huge for us. He was part of that run when we went up 14. It was really, I think, all 8 of his points came in that little bit of run. So, we're gonna have to look at with Malik back. We're probably got to have Ty play some wing defensively, because those guys are all too good to not play double-digit minutes. So it's probably a good problem to have. But now I got 9 guys that I got to figure out ways to get them all on the floor.
Overall, you talked about the job you did defensively with their threes, but I felt like
all things considered, if you talk about the score being what it was, you probably would have taken that at the beginning of the game, just sort of a missed opportunity where you go back and be like, man, that's tough, we were right there. As you said, it's another stretch that haunts you, but that's part of this process.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, I thought even with that, I think it could have been a game where we held them to 60. Right? A few things here, and they got a late bucket. Basically. But, yeah, I thought we did you know, for the most part, we were there defensively. You know, Caden Pierce is a handful. But, you know, we told our guys going in, let's try to make him get 50 one-on-one versus our fouls. And there was, when we did that, we were effective, but when we lost shooters, you know, we were not. And I give them credit, they adjusted a little bit, they played a little bit different in the second half, they tried to dribble it out of the high post and get us scrambling. You know, something, we've guarded plenty, but we just, you know, when you play these teams, especially early in the year, nobody zones Princeton, they think you're crazy. Right, so we had to dig back like 3 years to find like 2-3 zone possessions, because why would anyone ever zone a team that's good at shooting three, is what the book would say, right? And those are the teams we usually do a good job with. So I give Coach Henderson credit, or Coach McConnell, or whoever's adjustment that was at halftime, but they played a totally different game, especially early in the second half when they got loose for a couple of those threes.
Schedule-wise for you guys now, you know, you talked about you opened the year with Vermont, you traveled to VCU, and now you got Princeton. Those are three teams that have, you know, the last handful of years appeared in the big dance, and that's obviously the ultimate goal here for you. As far as competition and just the overall drive you've seen from your team here going up against these first couple of programs, what can you take away from, you know, your group here as you get ready to turn and really pick things up?
Yeah, I think there's been like enough good basketball to know that we have a chance to be pretty good in our league. You know, I just talked to guys about, you know, I've been through this a lot. Our new guys have not. Like, this is life at our level, especially at Merrimack, with all the guaranteed games we play. So what they can't do is, you know, look at the overall record this time. Like, I don't even click on our schedule. As a matter of fact, maybe I don't update our record, because I'm just looking at, like, did we get better today? Where was the stretch where we could have, you know, kept this thing together? And for our new guys, you know, coming from, you know, David Murray's team won tons of games, you know, that went to a regional last year, you know, but you're playing everybody your level or worse, right? So you're not used to, they got to understand, like, you lose 3 in a row to some really good teams, it's not the end of the world, right? Do we like to lose? No. Are we going in ever thinking that we don't have a chance? No. But, you know, it's my job to help these guys just keep things in perspective, how good these teams are playing, right? And they're all road games, right? There's like a reason, you know, none of these guys would come. I give them credit, like, they had a tougher time schedule than us, right? Like, they were just up here on a bus to Boston playing Northeastern last week, and then they came back up to play us. You know, they're playing Loyola, Chicago, and home and home. When you start to win games, it makes it really hard to play 50-50 games. Like, we don't have many 50-50 games on our schedule until we get to league play, but it's going to prepare us, you know, especially on the road. You know, we're always a pretty good home team, but over the years we've been a really, really good road team. You know, haven't lost it. We're 20-0 in February the last 2 years, and the only team in the country that hasn't lost a game in February the last 2 years. And if you could keep this all together and keep it in perspective, I think this is the reason why I'm playing games like this.
Final questions?
You want to talk about Jordan on Wednesday? Playing in?
Sure, yeah. You know, he's playing great.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't seen a ton of it. I dropped the Big Ten Network a couple of years ago, so I can see some of the snippets. But, you know, he's a winning player. You know, the other night, it was 8 assists, 4 rebounds. You know, I think he's playing a lot of the role for them, like he did for us as a freshman. But, you know, I laugh because if I had $1 for everyone to ask me if I thought he could play there, I probably would just quit my job. The answer was always yes, and he talked about it. You know, when we talked about, you know, transferring to that level, you know, it doesn't always work out, right? And he's just such a confident competitor. He's like, Coach, you're telling me if I don't go into those practices looking forward to compete against him. Probably chirp with him a little bit, you can get him going a little bit, he's got some emotion in him too, but it's gonna be fun to see him, and I'm happy for his success.
Sure, he knows how to get you going too.
He sure does.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.